Hello everyone, I'm Augusta Myers. Let's take a brief look at what's been going on in City of Albuquerque news the past week or so. The City of Albuquerque again this year is recognizing November as Native American Heritage Month. Events this week and throughout the month will be held to honor the culture and traditions of the hundreds of Native American tribes and pueblos represented in the city, including neighboring pueblos to Albuquerque such as Isleta, Laguna, Sandia, Santa Ana, and the Navajo Nation. In the midst of a pandemic that is disproportionately impacting Native populations, the recognition takes on a special significance, and events are being adjusted for COVID-safe practices. In addition to releasing resources to support Native American voter turnout for Tuesday's election, the city is also hosting a number of other events this week and throughout the month of November, including a kickoff virtual event, a video screening event, and a virtual panel discussion, as well as a second annual Indigenous Life Celebration drive-through event later this month. Native American Heritage Month was first recognized in 1990. For a full listing of Native American Heritage Month events, visit www.cabq.gov. In other city-related news, City Councilors Lan Sena and Pat Davis introduced the Healthy Families and Workplaces Ordinance, which would require employers in Albuquerque to provide paid sick leave to their employees.
We're seeing how critical it is to stay at home when you are sick. Taking time off when you are sick was the first priority of Washington, D.C. when the pandemic hit with the Family First Coronavirus Act. But without action of more COVID relief, cities must step up to ensure that our families are safe moving forward.
To say that our city's been engaged in a years-long debate over leave, and poll after poll has shown that a majority of residents in our city support rules that require businesses to give paid leave to employees who need it.
The Healthy Families and Workplaces Ordinance would require employers provide paid time off to each employee, accruing at a minimum of 1 hour or earned paid time for every 32 hours worked. If passed, this ordinance would take effect over the next 2 years, depending on the number of employees at a business. This ordinance, which was introduced at the City Council meeting on Monday, now goes to the Finance and Government Operations Committee before coming back to the full council for final action. And fear not, the City of Albuquerque's Parks and Recreation Department hosted the second annual Trunk or Treat at Balloon Fiesta Park on Halloween this past Saturday from 3 until 7 o'clock, this year as a drive-through event with COVID-safe practices in place. This family-friendly event allowed for Munsters of all ages to enjoy Halloween safely. Tickets to the event were required to help ensure that vehicles remain spaced and to avoid long lines of traffic. City Parks and Recreation Director Dave Simon said his team worked hard to create a healthy environment to continue this tradition in a year when so many events had to be canceled. Cars drove from booth to booth for a no-contact treat delivery. Along the route, all participants were required to remain in their vehicles, wear face coverings, and comply with all requirements of the current public health order. And one more thing before we go, trash, recycling, and large item pickup will be collected on the Veterans Day holiday, Wednesday, November 11th, and ABQ Ride will be offering regular service. And that will do it for this week's City News. For now, be sure to join us again for our next installment of all the latest highlights of what's going on in Albuquerque right here on the Government Channel. I'm Augusta Myers. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.